presented by Applied Arsenal Finishes and BDR-15-3G.
Welcome, fellow firearms enthusiasts. My name is Rick. You know me as Big Gun 81, of course. And as always, wherever you're at in the world, whatever time it is you're watching this, I hope you guys are all doing well, and thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for clicking the subscribe button, hitting the like button, and leaving all the good comments that you do, especially with the Big Gun 81 live show where we can actually respond to you live on the show. We love having the comments coming in. It's great. Thank you so much. And I say we sometimes when I'm talking in my videos because even though a lot of the stuff that I do is me bringing it to you guys, it's kind of a we thing because you guys are out there sending comments and all that kind of stuff and helping influence what I do here on the channel. And also we have our sponsors that are involved with the live show and all the people that actually spend the time on the live show with us, our guests, our panel members. We got a lot of great people that are regulars on the show. Ryan Wiggins, Toby Babcock, Barry from BDR-15, Pete from Ranger 385, Patrick from One Shot Kill It Media, Jake from Just Firearms, and there's a bunch of other people I'm probably forgetting that I'm leaving out, and don't feel bad. I just can't ramble them all off so fast, and there's probably not enough time to do all that anyway. So thank you all of you guys out there that are watching and supporting this. This is what makes it worthwhile doing. So without further ado, let's talk about what we're going to do today. I'm going to be taking a look at something that's really cool that I'm excited about. It's from a company called F-1 Firearms, and when it comes to AR-15 upper and lower receiver sets, or just even lower receivers for that matter, there's so many different companies out there that are selling them. A lot of times the differences just come down to the logos on them and some of the final machining and so forth, but F-1 Firearms really stands out with what they're doing with their particular receiver sets. I think they're really cool and really neat. Not that anyone else's product is bad or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that this is the best of the best or anything like that. I'm just saying that I really like this. I think it's a cool setup from F-1 Firearms that they're making. I like their machining. I like what they're doing. And I want to bring that to you guys so you can kind of see this option out there. And I want to say thank you to Barry at BDR-15, of course, our sponsoring dealer, for setting me up with this receiver set. He is actually a dealer for F-1 Firearms, believe it or not. So you can go check out BDR-15-3G.com if you're looking for any F-1 Firearms parts or accessories. If they don't list it on the website at BDR-15.com, send him an email or a message and find out, because he could probably get it for you. And that goes with anything that he sells. So go ahead and check out BDR-15.com and talk to him and see what they can do for you today. Again, I appreciate their support and all those guys, everyone out there watching, and of course all the people that help make this stuff all possible. So thank you guys. And without further ado, let's take a look and see what we got today. So if this receiver set comes in a case like this, it's a serious deal. So again, you can use this case later on as a pistol case, or for your parts or whatever. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what all is inside here. We got the upper and lower receiver set, of course. We'll talk about that in a minute. Little package here with a couple of set screws and a little card that identifies what the different screws are and stuff on these receiver sets, because that's one of the features we'll talk about. One thing on this card, it notes about a forward assist screw. This model doesn't have forward assist. Obviously, it's the 3-gun version that's lightweight, which we'll talk about this right now. This is skeletonized, lightweight, 775 billet aluminum, and it comes in under a pound, which is pretty cool. Not a bad setup. And of course, with the machining, they got rid of all the unnecessary areas, like around the mag well, where you didn't have to have all the aluminum there, and they kind of put all these little slots into the upper receiver and so forth. And they kind of slotted the rail here, takes away off a little bit of material there. I like how they put the logo engraved instead of printed on there. That's a pretty cool feature of it. So besides looking pretty and being a piece of artwork, a beautiful piece of machinery, or machined artwork, I guess you could say, it's very much a functional piece of artwork. And I shouldn't really say artwork, I guess, because like I said, it's functional, because this right here is the real deal. I mean, it's a very nice machining on it and everything, and it'll do what you need it to do for your rifle. So some of the features that it has, first off, it's got a flared mag well. I think it's 60 degrees, remember right from reading from their website about the angle on it, because it has the oversized trigger guard already built in to the machining, and comes with the takedown pins. Comes with all the little screws and stuff for where you normally would have pins, except for the trigger, of course. And you might be looking at this saying, hey, how is this rear pin in place with a detent if the backing plate is off? Because typically the backing plate holds the detent spring and the detent in place in the bore. And Some companies will put a set screw in the back here, but there is not one there. Well, they do it from the bottom. They actually put a little tiny set screw and they put the spring in from the bottom, which is very neat. Nice little way of doing it. I don't know why they decided to do it that direction versus putting a hole back here. I don't know, but it's a very functional, very cool idea, especially for us guys who do 3-gun in competition. Sometimes we change out our parts a lot, and if you're taking off your stock to change out your stock to do something different, you don't have to worry about losing that little spring and detent, have it flying across the room. So it's a nice little feature with that. The front one is just the standard style the way it's installed. Nothing real special there. The other thing is, as far as these pins go, and like screws and all that, I want to kind of show you something on the inside here. Take the upper and lower apart so you can kind of see it. So, if you notice, down in the back here, underneath the rear takedown pin, there's a little silver, set screw or a screw coming through the bottom, and it's right through there, right? Well, some of these, I wouldn't say some, most all upper and lower receiver sets will get a little bit of wobble between them over time, and sometimes it'll be a little bit out of the box, So this adjustment pushes against the bottom of the rear lug and takes up that little bit of slack that you're going to have between the upper and lower, so it's not rocking around. It's basically a tension adjustment for the upper and lower, which is a very neat little feature that they worked into this. You might notice on the bottom inside here there's 2 holes coming at the bottom. One's for the screw for the grip, and the other one here, notice in this little package I was talking about earlier about screws and stuff, there's a long screw and a small short little set screw. Well, that's just to basically adjust your reset for your trigger. Over the other side, you notice the safety selector, they don't have the little raised nubs or little raised portions for the stops, for the safety stops. They use little set screws that go in there. That's kind of neat. And then this one is kind of a nice idea. That is that they use a screw instead of a roll pin. You may not be taking your bolt catch off all that often, I imagine, but you never know. But even when you go to install it the first time, I know so many people that are new to building AR-15s and they buy one to put together, and they watch a video on it and they think they can, put it together successfully on the first try, and nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying don't try it. I'm just saying what can happen, and it's happened to me, is that you can slip your roll pin punch and your hammer or whatever and kind of end up gouging or messing up the finish on your rifle. Of course, there's some precautions you can do when you do that, and I kind of talk about it in a different video. But that's a nice little innovation, I guess, if you can say it, innovation. Nice little feature that they added to this. Other than that, not a whole lot more I can really say. But this is kind of a cool factor, and a lot of people do tests on these things where they throw them in the mud and whatnot, and most 3-gun matches and most competition matches and stuff they'll be doing with this, I'm probably not going to be dropping this rifle in the dirt and so forth, and I'm not really worried about a little bit of rain if it rains, and so I don't think it's really that big of a deal, and I don't think it's necessarily going to fail all that easily anyway. So this is more or less a competition rifle. It's not a go-to defensive rifle, though you could use it for that if you want to. So I look at it from that perspective when I'm building this type of rifle. But it's kind of nice. You can see the bolt sliding through it when you're shooting and so forth. Nice little feature. Now, on a personal note, for my own preferences, I wasn't really wanting to build a black rifle, honestly. I wanted to actually build a blue one, and I was thinking about their anodized blue and so forth, but I didn't want to get their handguard just yet if I decide to get that. And we have a new sponsor, Applied Arsenal Finishes, out in Waterman, Illinois. You can check them out on Facebook, Applied Arsenal Finishes. And they also have a website. I'll put the link in the description below the video. They're actually going to be doing some Cerakote work to this particular receiver set and my handguard as well. That's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited about it. I don't know for sure exactly what color I'm going with. We're kind of kicking around the idea. I kind of want to do a blue, so I'm thinking of maybe doing an NRA blue and Cerakote. That's just an option right now. We're kicking around, so go check them out, Applied Arsenal Finishes. Till next time, guys, go out and have some fun shooting.